asked me to do 2 recipes today, and one of them is lavash. How many of you know what lavash is? Lavash? Okay, lavash is a cracker. It's a homemade cracker, and that's what I made today. And the second recipe I made was crepes. And I'm going to demo the crepes and show you how easy it is to make it. But where the lavash is concerned, basically it's everything that you would have in a kitchen. You know, baking soda, all-purpose flour. It says buttermilk, but you can easily make buttermilk by adding a tablespoon or 2 of lemon juice or even vinegar. But I like lemon juice because it's a little sweeter than vinegar. But it'll basically, buttermilk is sour milk. So that's what you do. And then it has a little bit of sugar in it and some, you know, some really wonderful stuff. But Sister Nipali wanted something with herbs. And I had dill growing in my yard, so I have a dill lavash here. I have rosemary growing in my yard, and I chopped it up and I put it in the rosemary lavash. And this one, I used roasted sesame seeds in this lavash. You can make it plain, but it would be like a soda cracker if you didn't add anything to it. But it's really interesting, the flavors you get from it, and the flavors of some are more intense than others, but it really adds a wonderful flavor profile to whatever herb you put into this. You can also use thyme and oregano and, you know, whatever herb, and you can also mix herbs to boost it. On the sesame seeds, you can add flax seeds, poppy seeds, even, what's the new seed out right now? It's chia seeds. You can even add chia seeds. It makes it look interesting. And it could look similar to poppy seeds. But we have these to sample with homemade jellies. I submitted a whole bunch of recipes besides the ones that we're demoing tonight. And you can try them. They're all tried recipes that we submitted in the booklet. You really want that booklet because it has some wonderful recipes in it. But I'm going to start with this. I brought this pan for the main reason is that it was really interesting. I've made lavash before, but I usually put it on the inside of the cookie sheet. But in her recipe that she gave me, and it's a wonderful recipe because she got it from, how many of you know the pickling lady? The lady that put out the book on everything about pickles? Well, she's a really good friend of Peggy's. And so I used that recipe. And what you do is you turn the cookie sheet upside down after you mix the dough. And then you roll it out flat to the ends of the pan until it kind of goes over the pan so it doesn't shrink. And then you take a pizza cutter and you cut it into squares. Now, normally the squares would be bigger, but because tonight we're sampling it, I cut them smaller. But see, this one was over the bottom of the pan when I baked it. And then in the instructions of it, she also has you, as you bake it, the outside bakes faster than the middle does. So you take the browner parts off and then you bake it a little bit longer till they're baked all the way through. So I happened to get these cookie sheets from a commercial, kitchen supply house. And this cookie sheet is bigger than the normal cookie sheets that you find like at Costco. So it fits perfectly in the oven. It's not a full sheet pan, and it's not really a half sheet pan, but it's a larger size sheet pan. So if you want to, you know, bake something bigger or more, it's so much easier, and it fits perfectly inside the pan.
And it's not very expensive, about $7 a pan.
Yes, excellent. So just, you can ask at Chef Zone Waihata was brought up. That's a supply house as well as ingredient place that you can get stuff at. But that's why I brought this pan, was because you bake the lavash on the bottom of the pan, and it makes it so much easier and crunchier. Okay, now for, yes,
Convection oven and regular bake. If you had a choice, would convection baking be?
would be prime. That's what I work with at work, is a convection oven. But you have to understand that the convection oven, it blows hot air around in the oven. It's very expensive to have those, you know. They do sell them, but it's 50 degrees, it runs 50 degrees higher Fahrenheit than it does your regular oven. So if I'm converting a recipe from my commercial kitchen to my home oven, I will take off 50 degrees. So if I'm baking at 350, for example, at the BYU Hawaii kitchen, when I bake at my kitchen at home, it would be 400. Okay? Higher. Regular oven higher, 50 degrees higher. BYU lower. Yeah, I'm still at work. Oh my goodness. Okay, so anyway, that's, any other questions? Temperatures, things like that. Okay, on her recipe, she called for 350, but my oven at home runs a little bit under that, so I bake this at 375. I have a gas oven. The best ovens to bake in are electric ovens because you get an even temperature. I mean, it's like you get a really even temperature. Gas ovens are variable. You have to really work with it and thermometers to do that. But I like cooking with gas. I'm used to it, and I like cooking with it. But for my oven at home, I boosted the temperature on the oven. Crepes are so easy to do. The reason why is I doubled the crepe recipe for tonight so that everyone could have a taste of crepes. And you put all the ingredients in the blender, and you'll see from the recipe when you look at it. You put it all in the blender, and then you pulse it 10 times, and it's done. And then you put it in the chill for an hour. Okay, you can leave it in the chill for about up to 48 hours ahead of time. But for me, I made it when I came home from town today, and made these crepes. But okay, I think it's almost ready. So anyway, after you pulse it, then you use a 1/4 cup, and that's all you need to do it. Okay, it's not hot yet. I have to let it get hotter. It's almost there. How many of you have made crepes before? Anybody here? Oh, there's quite a few of you. You didn't have to come tonight. Nah, it's good. Okay, so 1/4 cup. This is a 9.5-inch pan. You just swirl it a little bit and let it sit until it gets dry on the top. And after it gets dry on the top, and the bottom is a little brown, it'll look similar to this. And then you flip it. And you don't have to flip it for very long, but it comes out, it works. Oh, sure. It's not dry enough yet. I'm just testing but it will get drier.
And you use special spatula.
No, actually this was a Christmas present from I was looking around for a spatula to use. I was using a chopstick, or I was using this, but Yan Yan found this my daughter-in-law in Utah gave it to me for Christmas, and it works. Yeah, it does. So that's why she gave it to me, and I thought, oh, good job. Okay, so now you see it's dry enough. Everybody see it? Okay, and just flip it.
And best you use the what is it, Teflon, what is it?
Yeah,
Non-stick.
it's a non-stick Teflon. I had used a vegetable spray earlier, but I forgot to bring it tonight. So I thought, okay, maybe I'll use butter, but it's okay. It works. It's still non-stick. And just ask Andrea, we went today and bought this induction frying pan. This is a brand new frying pan. I thought, nothing, when you use induction stoves, you need to have an induction ready frying pan. If you use an aluminum frying pan, it just doesn't work because you need stainless steel. It has to be induction ready because I guess the heating element and this is what makes it hot. So I don't understand all the.
Where'd you get your pan from?
I got this from one of the same place I got this pan. I got it from a restaurant supply house. But I went to several restaurant supply houses. Oh, R&W. Yeah, it's R&W food service. It's where Waihata where Waihata used to be? And then you drive Sand Island Road, you drive halfway down, and when you see the subway, you make a left turn into you've been there. Okay, she knows where it is. You make a left turn, you go all the way down in, it's a little lane, you can't see it from the road, but when you see the subway on Sand Island Road, you know to make a turn because it's that lane just past Subway. And you just drive in, and that's where you can buy these pans and this. And this was cheaper than Bar Green and Ellison. That's the other restaurant supply place that I went to that BYU deals with. And they gave me a discount, but it was a $90 pan. And they wanted $60 for it, and I wasn't going to pay $60 for it. So the R&W was a better deal. I mean, it still was an expensive pan. It was like $30. It says, it had the sticker on it that said induction ready. Hey, I'm there too. So anyway, so that's your crepes.